how large established firms can compete with disruptive startups, and so forth. That last question about disruptive startups is, I believe, at the heart of the book. You will find occasional mentions of Facebook, Amazon, and Google in this volume, but the bulk of the examples are about large, well-established businesses that are trying to transform themselves. They know that a really successful startup could eat their lunch if they don't protect it. Jamie Dimon, CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, was asked whether a hypothetical Bank of Amazon or Bank of Google would seriously threaten his bank's success in the industry. Dimon said, "Of course, we have very aggressive players trying to compete in our business, and will always compete very aggressively." That is the challenge of the age for many of the firms described in this book. They need to compete effectively with digitally native firms if they're going to survive over the long term. They, and you, will find plenty of examples of firms that have, thus far, used modern competitive weapons to keep the wolf away from the door. One of my favorite stories in the book features a veteran data and analytics leader, Ash Gupta, at a veteran firm, American Express. Gupta rose to the position of President, Global Credit Risk and Information Management at American Express over the course of a 41-year tenure. To me, his story illustrates several key points about the introduction and management of information technology in large organizations, and how much one individual can do to improve a big company over time. Gupta's long career at American Express reminds us that the game of building technology, data, and analytics capabilities has a long season that is heavily shaped by individual leaders. For 4 decades, Gupta continually innovated at the company, eventually embedding data and analytics at the core of the enterprise. Randy Bean's writing about Gupta embody many lessons that are present throughout the book, but I was particularly reminded of 2. One is to take a long-term perspective. We often get caught up in breathless news about the latest technology and the fastest-growing vendors. But the creation of a data-driven company like American Express happens over decades. Bean takes this long-term perspective throughout the book, which makes it unusual among books about information technology. The other key lesson is the importance of talent acquisition in creating this type of continuous renewal. Gupta brought in many of the best and brightest data and analytical minds available throughout the world. I regularly meet very smart people throughout the financial services industry who tell me with pride, "Ash Gupta recruited me to Amex." That background tells me that they will not only be smart and well-educated, but oriented to the business and able to fit into a collaborative culture. Gupta was present at a meeting that Bean and his company New Vantage Partners convened in New York in February 2020, which was my last trip before the COVID-19 pandemic curtailed my travel for more than a year. One topic we discussed was educating managers about the importance and value of data. Gupta's comments were a reminder of the very human approach needed to succeed with this topic. He said that his approach to educating leaders was to embark on a set of one-on-one learning sessions with the company's most senior executives. He knew that was the best way to make the lessons personal, and he could draw upon a deep well of trust he had built with these leaders over the decades. Don't get me wrong, this book isn't just a collection of heartwarming stories about wise and capable people like Ash Gupta. There is plenty of solid and easily understood advice about data and technology management, including topics like data lakes, data ops, data lineage, real-world evidence, machine learning-based image recognition, and many other topics. All are made both more interesting and more relevant with up-to-the-minute examples from leading companies. But the book is a reminder that the world of data and technology management in companies is just as much about relationships among people as it is relationships among data. Data requires accuracy and integrity, but so do the people who manage it. We need to trust our data, and we need to trust the human beings who help to create, capture, store, and analyze it. Data informs humans, and humans inform data. Listen to this book to find many examples and lessons about